The Peter Pan Stakes Day $100 budget edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog just launched their new ladders game where you can win up to 500 times your in-entry. Plus, when you use promo code SGPN, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a $25 matching deposit bonus. Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links on.
Yes, Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper, ladies and gentlemen, the benevolent time traveler, Barry the Sniper Spears.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. You catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
Barry, I said it a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. I love how much we've been entertaining lately.
Yeah, I mean, we cleaned the place up quite a bit. So, you know,
yeah.
I want to show it off. We should show it off.
It's a lot of work, but we keep it nice for when company comes over. Like today, because, ladies and gentlemen, joining us, our friend from NYRA Bets, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kaylie Shapiro.
Yes.
So we got dinged for copyright for using your music last time. So it makes me so incredibly sad that I cannot use the same walk-up music as I did last time because it was Fuego.
All your music is great, so any theme music you guys want to pick works for me.
You know, my wife and I are going to Lexington for my 40th birthday in a couple weeks, and I was like, how excited are you to get caught back up on the world of hip hop? Like, while we're like, you've missed like a decade, and she's not excited in the slightest. Kaylee, how's everything going today? What's going on with you up at Aqueduct?
Everything's great. I mean, I'm still counting my money from the Derby, so it's a pretty
that
good
Exacta week. Gave out the Exacta.
Yeah, so pretty excited. So my bets this week, pretty excited. I'm definitely going to be placing them, having some extra money in my account. So going to take some shots with some horses, and this card came up really, really strong. I mean, as to be expected for the Peter Pan, but I thought even the allowance races, every race is pretty strong. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be talking Peter Pan Stakes, but real quick, guys, don't forget, get all our free picks and podcasts in on our convenient app. Download the SGPN app in your app store today. And also, don't forget to check out surebetcoffee.com. The Sure Betties would sure appreciate it if you picked up a bag of their Breakaway Bold. Remember, $1 out of every bag sold goes to Equine Aftercare.
It's time to fuck shit up with Sure Bet in your cup.
Two takes, Kaylee. That only took two takes.
Can I get Two Takes' autograph, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have to create what Two Takes looks like with the help of AI, but that will happen, Barry.
Okay.
Absolutely. Kaylee, you down? I'll ship you one too.
I'm down.
Guys, it's been a while, but we're back to Baqueduct. That's right, Baqueduct. Belmont face with an Aqueduct booty. We wouldn't just put in Kaylie Shapiro from NYRA Bets if we didn't have some New York racing going on. So Saturday, is the Belmont Stakes. Winning you're in at Baqueduct with the Peter Pan Stakes. That highlights a great card of stakes races throughout the day, and we're going to give you our best bets for the card with a $100 budget, as is tradition. We're talking Baqueduct Saturday, the 10th of May, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for the card, 1:10 Eastern, 12:10 God's time, 10:10 Pacific time, right on the Pacific coast. And we can play any race, any wager type, just whatever makes that cash money. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up some past performances and let's dive on in. First of all, I want to say that there are two horses that run every single time I handicap a card in New York. One is Defusky Island and the other is Cumberland Blues. Every day. As far as I know, they run every single day.
They probably do, actually.
Pretty close to it. They've just changed hands over this time. My first play actually comes out of race 1, and I'm getting a little exotic, a little horizontal with it. I'm playing a pick 3 in race 1, which is 6 furlongs, $45,000. Non-winners a 2 something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. New York bred. Oh, where is it? Oh God, I hate when I can't find my sound drops. There it is.
I was steep raised. You think I'm scared to catch a case on some bullshit?
So I've got a pick 3 kicking off in this race on the dirt. And I had what I felt were some good opinions in these early races, but due to field sizes, I felt like the best place to take this was to use some contrarian picks in these races and try to stretch it to the pick 3, but still keep it skinny. In the grand scheme of things, this will only be 15% of my bankroll, but I think it gives you a shot at a healthy payout if you go to the $5 base. In race 1, I'm expecting with multiple graded stakes on the card that this main track will be swift and favor horses towards the front. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to be singled in this leg.
Yes, I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
I'm going to be singled to the number 3 factually correct at 4-1. This is the one that I really like to outlast the rest of this field of horses that don't really have any rate to them. So I do think it's a horse like factually correct for Michelle Nevin that outlasts everyone. Nevin is pretty strong off the claim. I think if no one has a head poked out in front of him by the quarter pole, that this is your likely winner. Manny Franco gets them out. He pairs well with Nevin. If you look back to this time last year, you see a horse that was winning against open competition gate to wire. So I'm going to go ahead and be singled in race 1 in my pick 3 to the 3 factually correct. Now that moves us into race 2, 11 furlongs, $400,000. What always felt like to me as the kickoff of the summer turf racing season, the Man of War Stakes, grade 2 on the turf. Now I have my pick 3 going, but Kaylee, you've got an Exacta box that starts or that's in race 2. Why don't you go ahead and give us that?
Yeah, so I'm going to use Farbridge and capture the flag in an Exacta box. I'm just seeing these odds for the first time. So I was hoping that the number 4 would be like third choice over the 1. So that was kind of my strategy there. I see Farbridge as, your clear winner here. He's probably a single in any sequence, in my opinion. So I'm going to be using him above capture the flag, the number 4. I saw it as, I expect the number 5, the Carrie Bryan horse, to be up on the lead. I see the number 4 capture the flag, kind of tracking the pace there, and for Farbridge to be pretty nearby him or sitting right off of him as well. So I think it could set up nicely for these two horses. Farbridge is obviously the pretty dominant presence, won first off the layoff last time out, going 1.5 miles, a little bit shorter here today as well. So he's going to be very dangerous. So yeah, I'm going to use the 3 and the 4 in an Exacta box in this race.
So I went a different direction. And once again, I am singled. I'm getting distracted. First of all, let's say, what's up? What's up, Junior Mafia in the chat? Uncle Sully showing up. All right. I am once again single.
Now, the women love you when you get out there. Why do you think that is?
What'd you say?
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh?
That's how I answer dinner. That's how I answer for dinner. Huh? Huh?
That's exactly what my grandfather used to sound like. It was just like a huh? Every time you said something to him.
Easy there, old man. We already established that.
Yeah. All right. So I think that this race is interesting in the standpoint that you have what feels like racing office cannon fodder in the form of the number 5 decanted for Kerry Bryan, who has never won at this distance. We're not sure we'll handle it, but is the only real pace in this race, I think. And I really think it's the 4 horses all sitting off of the pace in this race that are going to rush and swallow up that 5 late. I'm going to plant my flag with another single here. It's the number 1 Anglophile at 5-2. This horse guaranteed calls its department a flat and calls the subway the tube. I know that Farbridge is a talented horse, and the boys from LSU stables whoop it up every time he wins. But like Big X the Plug just said in the song I was listening to, with all that hooping and hollering, boy, fuck all that yelling, because I'm on Anglophile to beat Farbridge. And I really think that this is the horse that's stepping forward and ultimately gets the dub, because if you look at his form cycle and where he is, he looks like the 4-year-old version of himself that needed to work in the summer form. So I'm singling Anglophile in this spot. I mean, he looks more than apt to hit top form today. After the effort in the Elkhorn at Keeneland, and I could see Farbridge getting far over bet and the price on Anglophile floating, and beating Farbridge in this leg would take out a lot of money. I wrap up my pick 3 with 3 legs, or 3 horses in leg 3, 6 furlongs, 50,000. Yeah, 3-legged
horse.
That's how I'm bringing it home, Barry. Race 3, 6 furlongs, $50,000 allowance on the dirt. I think that this is an honest pace. I'm not sure it really breaks down up front for a horse to come off the pace, but since most of these horses want to be forwardly placed, I'm going to include one horse that will come from off pace in case this melts. My top pick is going to be the 2. JJ's Joker, who should be able to rate a little bit. I think this horse likely gets the inside stalking trip off the left hip of the early speed, who I have as the number 3, Muwazara. If they don't go too fast early, I think that this Wayne Potts horse with Dylan Davis up can sit right off that early speed and easily pass. And then I'm also going to use the 3, Muwazara, as the speed of speed here. We also get a little Ricardo Santana Jr. Action. Check that out. And then I'm going to use the 7, Enduring Spirit. Like, this is the only horse I think that can really kind of like run off the pace here. So if something happens and this does melt down, I want this on my closing leg. So that was a $5 pick 3 that kicked off in race 1. 3 with the 1 with the 2, 3, 7. Barry, what's your take on the Man of War? I already kind of know, but let's go ahead and tell me what you're thinking.
I think Farbridge lays over that field. It looks honestly like a Farbridge Anglophile Exacta the whole way.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small field. That actually works against both of those horses, to be honest, because a horse like Decanted or Capture the Flag could control the pace up front and slow it way, way down, but Farbridge, at least speed figure wise, kind of towers over these horses, so it's going to be tough.
Kaylee, you agree?
Yeah, I saw pretty similarly, and I thought last time out that 4 Capture the Flag that I'm going to try to use for some value underneath Farbridge. I thought, you're going to get a good price because that shitty effort last time out. I mean, he ran pretty poorly, lost by like 12 lengths, but he broke pretty wide that day. Shorter field today. Maybe he's able to find a better position in the early stages of the race. That'll help him finish up a bit stronger than he did that time.
I was gonna say this is a good one for Irad off, because he botched that ride. To be honest, he wasn't committed to going to the lead, so he had to kind of stay wide and off the pace, and he had no shot, just none.
Yeah, so I think smaller field, maybe he'll find a spot on the rail right off the pace, save some ground.
There we go. Well, you guys both have action in race 4. Or sorry, just me and Kaylee have action in race 4. Barry kicks off in race 5. Real quick, before we move to race 4, we'll remind you, Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their stay.
Uh-oh. I think we lost him.
Thanks, little Wi-Fi. Hang on.
And we were worried. Well, he was worried about yours, and now his.
I was too. Yeah. Now it's going strong. Have my PPs up on my iPad. I've never even gotten it that strong to have them up on my iPad like this. So I'm pretty impressed.
Hey, let me text him real quick.
All right. Max,
There he is. There he is.
All right. Look, I'm going to jump back into it. We'll be here. But limo transportation to and from the airport, a welcome party at Legacy Club for the league, a reservation at the world's largest sportsbook with $500 beverage credit for the league, a 2-hour open bar package for the league at Overhang Bar. Contest duration is May 5th to June 30th. How to enter, go to Sports Gambling Podcast. Are also brought to you by Edge Boost. It is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match that deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And of course, it's time for my underdog pick'em, which is the exact same thing every time. Take higher on everybody. Just live loud. Underdog just launched their new game, Ladders. Win up to 500 times watching your favorite players and climb the ladder. So sign up with promo code SGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And if you excuse me, I desperately need a rehydration interlude.
I got ice all over my body looking like a snowman. Big rocks in the grill dancing like a slow jam. My chain's so heavy I'm walking like an old man. Try me, you.
All right, we're on to Kaylee's second play. Race 4, we're talking $50,000. Non-winners a one-something optional claim and going a mile on the dirt. Kaylee, what is your play here in race 4?
In this race, I'm going to do a little try box with the 3 Key Waden, the 4 Quick to Accuse, and the 6 Heroes Medal. I paired these three horses up. I mean, Key Waden's going to be the speed here. For sure. So definitely want that one up top. But I think that the 4 is going to be applying some pressure to the 3, sort of how I saw the race. The number 4, Quick to Accuse, best races have been run going a mile at Aqueduct. 2 back, that effort definitely catches your eye. And then the last effort was over the slop. So I think you're going to see this one run a bit better and is going to have first jump at Key Waden, applying pressure to him the entire way. So I'm going to play the 4 actually above the 3 in a straight Exacta. I did a $5 straight Exacta there. And then I'm going to do the try box and include the number 6, who I think is going to be picking up pieces at the end of the race. And last effort was first off the bench in almost a year. You got to kind of toss that one, but still ran pretty respectively, given that 76 is not horrible. So I think this horse should be able to get back to the form that he was in prior. So yeah, definitely going to use those 3 in a try box, but I did go straight with my Exacta. I'm going to try to get Quick to Accuse to beat the number 3 Key Waden.
I mean, with this field size, like you gotta just go straight ice cold with it. So I like the structure. I am also in race 4, and there is one horse that I can say,
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
I'm still keeping it kind of small. Like I'm really kind of saving bankroll for later in the card, but I've got a $10 win here on the number 6 Heroes Medal at 6-1 because I smells a rabbit here in race 4. I don't think Linda puts Kendrick Carmouche up here on her other horse unless he's here to burn this thing down for Key Waden on the front. Something tells me that there will be some sneaky tactics at play, and that's why my win bet on the 6 Heroes Medal to take advantage. Making the drop in class today for Linda, who gets Jose Lezcano up. This one hasn't won at the distance, which I think is going to keep the price fair. But I do like that this horse is successful in a one-turn format like the mile races here at Aqueduct. So I'm a $10 win bet on the 6 Heroes Medal. Barry has been waiting patiently to uncork his first play, and he finally gets to pop that particular champagne. In race 5, 8 furlongs, $10,000 claimer on the dirt. What are you doing, Barry?
Yeah, this race is a nice, evenly matched kind of low-level claimer. There's quite a bit of speed on the outside. Suerte and Empty Tomb, 2 outside horses, look like they got some zip, as well as Winner's Ghost. I think there might be a little tussle up front, and it opens it up for my pick, number 5, High Tide. This horse was claimed 3 back in a open $15,000 claimer, which is higher than what he's running against on Saturday. They stepped the horse up twice, basically, in two better, bigger races. Now gets back with the friends. I think this that makes all the difference, and this horse merits a good shot and a good trip. So we're going with number 5, $20 to win on number 5, High Tide. Let's go.
There we go. Barry is in the action now, and the action moves along. We're skipping race 6. Our next play comes in race 7. We got the John A. Nerude, 6 furlongs, $175,000, grade 3 stakes on the dirt. Kaylee, dropping another Exacta box on us. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm going to use the 1 and the 3 here in an Exacta box. I know that they're pretty short prices. I mean, I just saw the odds today, but I think that the number 5 is, like the likely speed of this race. I see that one getting a little bit burnt out. And it's setting right up for a horse like the number 3 who has really good speed to get involved in the race. And I don't necessarily think, clearly doesn't need the lead to win. So I think that this one is going to be able to track right off the number 5, and it should set up nicely for that one. The number 3, I mean, that 106 buyer speed figure last time out, I mean, obviously that was back in January, but that definitely stands out a ton. And now this one gets Irad Ortiz aboard as well. And then the number 1 is honestly just a horse that always runs a good race. I mean, this one is always pretty consistent. I mean, especially last time out, I mean, is really the only effort that you can look at that this horse was running a poor race, and now gets back to 6 furlongs. Obviously, the last win came at that distance, 98 buyer speed figure in the Tom Fool. I think this horse is always pretty consistent, so I'm going to be using the 1 and the 3 here. I think it could set up pretty nicely for both of those.
There we go. 1-3 Exacta box. Barry, what did you think of the Nerude? Did you have any opinion?
Absolutely. I actually like Anarchist quite a bit. That race at Oaklawn is probably better than most of the races that any of these horses have been in recently, including what you're talking about, who's probably going to be really odds on here just because of the trip and getting Irad. But kind of felt Anarchist ran against a lot better horses and gets a little smidge of some class relief.
That's fair. I kind of thought the same thing with Anarchist, honestly, was like you ran behind Booth. Okay, that's a really, really fast sprinter with Booth. What that horse was able to do at one part.
Yeah.
Bulletproof Booth. Yeah, that works. I'll do it. That sounds, yeah. Okay, show nickname. Bulletproof Booth. We're on it. All right, guys. That was Kaylee's play in race 7. Barry, you've got some action starting in race 8 in the form of a daily double, and then you're, I believe, going to press that opinion, aren't you?
Yes, I am. With a win bet in the second leg of it. But right. The first leg, race 8, what we got?
8.5 furlongs, $75,000. Non-winners of 2-something. Optional claimer on the regular turf course, the inside turf course.
Is that official name, the regular and the not so regular?
I don't know. I don't, since they don't have like fancy rich old white people like names attached to them. Like I don't know what to call them. They call the turf courses when they don't have that. So Barry, what are you doing for race 8?
I'm going too deep here. I'm using the 3 Magical Ways. This horse has been real competitive at this level for a while. It's finally getting back onto the turf, and I think that will make all the difference. This horse has run better races on the turf, I think. I know he hasn't won on the turf, but I think he's going to sit a good trip. I mean, he's really, the horse that I think might be overlooked in the wagering, and you can see why, because he's never won on the turf. He's finished third 3 times, and 3 times at Aqueduct. But, the horse has to get to the winner's circle sometime. It's not like he's a slouch. He's got 5 wins total, all of which, or most of which, have been on the fast dirt. But I'm going to give him a try here. I think Rudy has him well spotted, and he's probably going to run one of his better races. Whether he wins or not is another story, but I'll give him a shot because he's going to be a decent price. And I'm also going to use It's All Coming Together. The 6 horse looks to merit a really good trip on the front end. I don't see too much speed in here. This horse should control the pace start to finish. He's going to be tough to beat. So we're going to use the 3 and the 6 in race 8.
And then we kick it into race 9, 6 furlongs on the outer turf. The Take the Train Stakes, $150,000, non-graded. Barry, how are you closing out your daily double?
I'm going to take the A train. That's the key, because if you get on the B or C train or the E train, you're screwed, bro.
Yeah. That's how that ass ends up in Coney Island right there.
Pretty much. So I'm single to a horse here, and I'm going to do a $20 win bet on number 4, Love Cervere. This horse ran a bang-up race to Nitrogen last year, and you've all seen how Nitrogen has come back. I know this horse in the Sanibel Island at Gulfstream, that line is really deceptive because the horse was competitive the whole way, was just in between horses around the entire trip. You know, got out from in between and then got back in between and didn't really have a chance to run. And it looked like the perfect prep for this race. You know, the little bit of a stretch out this time will make all the difference, but I like that horse quite a bit here. So we're going to do a $20 win bet on Love Severe, number 4, and also ending my double here as well.
There we go. I always love the pressing of opinions. Barry, I'm also in race 9, the $150,000 Take the Train Stakes. I'm playing a $25 win, and I'm playing it on number 7, Lovely Emma at 9-2. I think I might have keyed into something on this outer turf course. Kaylee will tell you, I actually texted her about this early. Early speed horses getting the outside post have been winning on the outer turf course going one turn, kind of a lot. I might be onto something here, or them changing the temporal distance might throw this completely off. Lovely Emma draws Flavian Pratt. Peter Yurton has been moving this one around to big price maiden special weights at some of the best meets. It finally broke through on the turf at Fairgrounds last out. That was a huge step forward. And now Yurton brings her back after the layoff with a bullet over a sloppy track in the works. And I actually kind of like that sloppy track work because I see it as maybe a little closer to a turf work than a work on a fast track, which, speaking of turf works, Lovely Emma has them and ran a bullet, though out of 5 horses at Keeneland in a turf training session. So this one ships up from Keeneland for Peter Yurton. I'm hoping I'm right with this track bias because I've got a $25 win on this 7, Lovely Emma at 9-2. Kaylee, what do you think about the Take the Train?
I mean, now taking a look, I'm probably going to bet the number 7. I mean, the thing that really pops off the screen is that Peter Yurton doesn't really ship horses here. I just looked, I mean, at any starters he's had at Aqueduct or, you know, Belmont at Aqueduct. I see one that he shipped in ever in 2024. So this looks like a horse that's being pretty meticulously spotted here and gets Flavian Pratt. So I'm probably going to be putting a bet on the number 7 here.
I feel like it might be NYRA policy that you have to say well meant for horses like that. Like I'm not sure if that's in the handbook or anything, but I feel like Andy Serling set down the law. It's like, all right, listen, it's well meant. Settling on that as a term.
I don't know why I say meticulously spotted. It's a little too you could just say well meant for sure.
Oh, like the fancy Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
As a man who has been accused of being verbose on several occasions, I'm completely cool with meticulously spotted. So fuck Andy Serling, I guess is what I have to say. Guys, real quick, gotta get a word in from our good friends at Rhythm, because Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. Dominate the NBA playoffs and MLB prop market with Rhythm. Building your own model is simple and easy. Rhythm knows you'll love it. That's why they include a 7-day free trial. Rhythm has some amazing deals going on now. 25% off monthly subscriptions with promo code SGPN25 and 50% off annual subscription with promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Get your 7-day free trial today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And guys, get ready for the second jewel of the Triple Crown, even though it's not quite the Triple Crown of sovereignty, whatever. Bet the Preakness Stakes with NYRA Bets and score a $200 deposit match bonus when you sign up using promo code SGPN200. Don't miss your chance to cash in. Join now at NYRABets.com/SGPN200 and claim your bonus today. And folks, if you excuse me, I have to get a brief rehydration interlude in. I hadn't used the camel panic attack in a while, so I had to fit that in. Kaylee, race 10. You've got to play here. You've got to win and an Exacta box. We're talking 8 furlongs. We're talking $200,000. We're talking the dirt. We're talking Ruffian Stakes, the grade 2. What is your play here in the Ruffian?
Well, I guess to start off, I mean, there's a ton of horses here. I mean, a couple of them are cross-entered, so that will probably warrant like a second look at this race, but not really. I mean, I'm not using any of those horses that are cross-entered at Monmouth and don't think that they're going to play a huge role in the pace, but just something to be aware of, maybe more so with the number 1, who has a lot of speed, breaking from the 1 hole too. But yeah, horses, a lot of familiar names in here, like Jody's Pride, Gunsong, My Main Squeeze. I'm going to look past all of those. I think that there's a filly in here that might be stepping up to the level where she might become even better than these ones. That's the number 11 headline numbers. Last time out, big performance. I know it was over a sloppy sealed track, but she just was much the best that day. And I was really impressed by her looking at her up close. Just another side note, I don't know if I locked eyes with her in the winner's circle or something, but when I saw her entered, I was pretty excited to bet her. Draws well to the far outside. She has really good speed, clearly, and Dylan Davis can play the break a little bit, see where everyone else is. But I think that this one honestly might step up to a level where she's better than like a Jody's Pride or a My Main Squeeze. I think those ones are going to be pretty, especially My Main Squeeze, I think is going to take a decent amount of money. So I'm going to try to beat her with number 11 headline numbers, who I think could sit a nice trip. And I like the mile distance for her as well. So $10 win on her.
I got to lock eyes with a horse at Oaklawn last time I was there. And as soon as we locked eyes, that fucker wanted to bite me so bad. He wanted to take a big chunk out of the arm. And did you give your Exacta as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the 4 Sterling Silver, the Mott horse. I'm gonna use the 2 of them in an Exacta box. I think the number 4 mile is the perfect distance for this one. Last time out, I mean, that horse won off the bench last time out. I know it was off track, but that's one of those like stat busters. And I mean, Mott's usually good off a layoff, but he's usually better second off a layoff as well. And that one won right off the bench. And I think this is another one that should be sitting a nice trip. I think the pace is going to be pretty fast here, and this one's going to come from behind and drew pretty well as well. So I'm going to use the 2 of those in an Exacta box.
You know, with race 10, because I have a play here as well. I thought that this was a good place to really get exotic with a big fuck off trifecta, essentially, because I really like a bunch of horses with some really nice prices in this spot. And I think that this race is going to be a little chaotic and wide open, especially because I could see Team Tactics at play once again with the 2 Safi entries. I once again will use the other horse who should benefit, and I put it on top with the number 6, Dazzling Move, with IRAD up at 8-1 for Safi Joseph Jr., which, you know what, we're going to bring out all the sound drops I haven't used in a while.
Lord have mercy.
So, and I'm going to also use the 8, Jody's Pride, on top at 5-1 for George Abreu with Rosario. I thought both could stay off of it and maybe get there late from up close to the pace. Then I'm wheeling in a horse I like a lot in second place with the number 9 Gun Song. I mean, we hit on this show within the Black Eyed Susan with Gun Song, so there's a little bit of loyalty there. Should be getting an even more forwardly placed trip than the other two. I thought that I should throw in every single horse that has a puncher's chance into third place. So I've got 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. I also did that to make it convenient and a multiple of $5. So I've got a $1 try play 6-8 with 6-8-9 with 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. That puts me in for $20 in this race. Barry, you kick off a daily double here into the big one, into the Peter Pan.
Courtesy of Peter Pan bus line.
What are you doing in the Ruffian?
I singled a horse here. And you guys just raining on my parade. Both of you poo-pooed my horse, the 10, my main squeeze. But going back to last year, right? This is who this horse got beat by. Torpedo Anna twice, Ways and Means, Mystic Lake, Emery, and Positano Sunset. Any of whom would be odds-on favorite in this race. And that horse didn't really run badly against any of those horses. Also, 3 for 4 at Aqueduct, 2 for 2 at the distance. Working well coming into this. Getting Manny Franco, who's been riding out of his mind for the last 3 months. All systems go.
There we go. He's singled. And you take it into race 11, which is our finale. So you know what I'm going to go ahead and work in? Guys, this is the point of the day where we have saved our juiciest morsels for you in the last race to make sure you leave with a little bit of profit. That's right. We're talking about our sure bet bailout bets.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Barry, you're pressing your opinion. Race 11. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm using 2 horses in the double, but playing a win bet on one of them. I'll go with the one that I'm not playing the win bet on, and that's number 8, Captain Cook. I think I need to give this horse another shot because of the fact or the way the Wood Memorial was run. I don't think he really got a chance to do what he wanted to do. Rodriguez kind of dominated that race start to finish, and nobody was beating that horse. And Grand kind of, putted along. And Captain Cook really didn't get a great trip despite being in the 2-hole. I think this horse likes to be outside a little bit and gets that trip. I'm going to give that one another shot. And then the horse that I'm making a $20 win bet on, in addition to ending my pick daily double, is the 1 Vassimo. This horse ran 2 really good races actually in Louisiana. The Risen Star was a bizarre race where Magnitude, who kind of drew off in that race, wasn't going slow. He actually ran really, really well, and the horses that were behind that horse actually came out of that race and ran well. He got caught way out wide in the Louisiana Derby and really didn't have a shot. I think they figured out there that this horse is kind of a cut below. This is probably the best spot for this horse on the cutback to 1 1/8. Getting IRAD, and I don't want this horse on the lead, so hopefully he won't try to do that, and we should be all set. 4-1 seems about appropriate. I think it's 5-1 on the line, but I think we'll get somewhere around 4-1, maybe even 7-2. But that's okay.
Shout out to Show Hall of Famer Magnitude. Do you all remember where you were when that Magnitude 43 earthquake hit down in Louisiana? I do.
Ladies, my Mercedes.
My Mercedes.
Yeah. All right. Kaylee, your final plays come in race 11 here, which I didn't set up, is the big race of the day. 9 furlongs, $200,000, the grade 3 Peter Pan. Like we said, a win in your end for the Belmont Stakes. So you got 3 plays here. I'm gonna make you take a stand on one as a bailout, though.
Okay. All right. I'll end with that one then, I think. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I spent 50% of my budget on this race. I think this is going to be a great betting race. It's pretty wide open. You can make a case for a few horses in here. One that I'm not making a case for in terms of being a win candidate is the number 8, Captain Cook. I mean, I think there's a very likely chance that this horse can finish in the money. I have him in a super box that I'm placing here, but I do have my doubts with this one facing pressure. It looks like this horse is likely to be up on the lead with the number 1. And I do have doubts in this one's ability to either face pressure, take them all the way, or to have to go a little bit faster with the number 1. So in terms of his pedigree and getting the distance, I just don't think that this is going to be a great distance for this horse with the setup that he's going to get. He's a practical joke, and I know that he got the win in the Withers, but he had a really good trip that day, and I just don't think that he's going to have similar conditions. But the number 1, Vassimo, I think is the horse coming in here with the best foundation. I mean, he didn't run poorly in the Risen Star or the Louisiana Derby. Risen Star, everyone got tired that day, as you guys were alluding to. And then in the Louisiana Derby, I mean, this horse kind of just ran in a straight line that day. And I think, that was the longest prep race. So this horse has a great foundation now, cutting back to 1 mile and an 1/8. That he has great speed to get involved, and he has the pedigree to hang on. So I think the number 1, Vassimo, is going to be pretty good value. That being said, I did use the number 1, the number 4, and the number 6 in a try box here. I viewed the number 1 and the number 6 as being horses that are going to get into a good position early on in the race, with the 6 probably tracking the pace. And then I think it's going to set up, or it could set up, for a horse like the number 4, Hill Road, who's obviously going to come from further out of it. But this horse, I'm pretty confident in his chances of winning on Saturday. I think stretching out to 1 mile and an 1/8 distance is going to really move this horse up. You'd imagine that if he gets just a little bit more pace than he got in the Tampa Bay Derby, that he's going to be pretty dangerous here. This horse was closing into some pretty slow fractions in all of those starts, and he ran better than Chancer McPatrick did last time out, when you really think about it. I mean, Owen Almighty was lone speed that day. Chancer McPatrick was sitting way closer, and I think Hill Road honestly ran a better race that day. So yeah, Hill Road is the horse I'm really circling here, but that being said, it is a pretty wide open race, so I'm going to take a shot with this pretty crazy super box that I came up with.
Love it. Love everything about it.
I'm going to use like 5 horses. Don't judge me, guys. I'm very profitable when I see these races that I can do this in. And usually maybe one of them's a huge price in it, and it works. But yeah, I'm going to do a 20-cent super box with the 1, the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 8. The 3, I think, is a very live long shot that I wanted to include in that super box. So I'm going to use 5 horses in there. And obviously the 1, 4, and the 6 and the try, my 3 main horses. And then my big bailout bet is going to be a $20 win on the number 4, Hill Road. I think that this horse is going to improve a ton with any added ground that he gets. And I think this is obviously a really good stepping stone for the Belmont. And I think that this horse has a pretty good shot getting some more pace. That should be his friend. So second choice on the morning line, gonna place a big win bet on him.
There we go. We're supering, we're trying, we're putting down a bailout win bet on number 4, Hill Road. That leaves me with my last play, my bailout bet, and it's going to be a $10 exacta, 8 over the 135. Like, I typically like inwardly drawn speed going 2 turns at Aqueduct. I think that it's a horse that's wider and so much quicker earlier that beats everyone to the rail in the lead and makes himself inside speed. And I'm going to key the chalk in this race, Captain Cook at 2-1 on top here, because I have the distinct impression that Captain Cook might just run them off their feet early going 9 furlongs. He did it in the Withers, but couldn't do it in the Wood. He ran behind Rodriguez and Grande in that race, and there's nothing that caliber here. And I'm keying on top over the 1 Vassimo at 5-1. I also like the 3 Surfside Mood at 8-1 and the 5 McAfee at 8-1. And I don't think they're going to change positions much. Vassimo is the closest running second wave horse. Surfside Moon comes from just a little bit further back. And 5 is the horse I think could run into the pace late if no one is good enough. So my bailout bet and my final bet of the day, $30, a $10 exacta, 8 with the 1, 3, 5. Guys, we did it. We've gotten through Peter Pan Stakes Day. I only used this sound drop once, now twice.
Courtesy of Peter Pan Bus Line.
Right.
Never lost.
Never lost.
That's right. That's right. Guys, how do we feel about recapping some picks? I know Barry feels obligated.
Yes.
There we go. Well, Real Letter Company leading off. Go ahead, Kaylee. Wrap up what you're doing for us on Peter Pan Day.
I'm going to start in the Man o' War with an Exacta box here with the number 3 Farbridge and the number 4 Capture the Flag. And then I moved into race 4. I did a $1 trifecta box with the 3 Key Waden, Quick to Accuse, and Heroes Medal, the 6. And then I did a $5 straight Exacta with Quick to Accuse over Key Waden there. And then in race 7, I did a $5 Exacta box, 1-3 there, Full Moon Madness, and What You Talking About, the number 3. And then in the Ruffian, I am trying to beat all of those horses that I've once faced, Torpedo Anna, even though I do really think out of all of them, Gunsong has pretty good value on the morning line. I'm going to put a $10 win bet on the number 11 Headline Numbers. I think if this filly matches that effort last time out, that she's going to join this group and maybe even surpass them at one point. I really liked what I saw from her last time out and from taking a good look at her. So I'm going to put a win bet on her. And then I'm going to do an Exacta box with the number 4 Sterling Silver for Belmont. This horse is really good nicely for that one. Peter Pan, $20 win bet on the number 4 Hill Road. And then I'm going to do a $1 trifecta box, 1 Vassimo, 4 Hill Road, and the number 8. And the number 6 on Cage there. And then I did that big super box with 5 horses where I used the 1, the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 8. So
there we go. Barry, you're muted.
Race 5. That actually is $20 win on number 5 High Tide. That's my fault. Race 8, $10 daily double, 3 Magical Ways, 6 It's All Coming Together with number 4 Love Severe. $20 to win in race 9 on number 4 Love Severe. Race 10, $10 daily double, number 10 My Main Squeeze with number 1 Massimo and Captain Cook. And then $20 to win on Vassimo to the hoop. Go get your money.
There we go. All right. Here are my $100 plays for Peter Pan Stakes Day on Saturday. Race 1, we're going to kick it off with a $5 pick 3. We're going to single the 3 factually correct in the first leg, single the 1 Anglophile in the next leg, and then we're going 2, 3, 7 to close it out in race 3. Race 4, we've got a $10 win on the number 6 Heroes Medal for Linda Rice. Race 9, we're playing a $25 win on the number 7 Lovely Emma at 9-2 for Peter Yurton with Flavian Pratt up. Race 10, we've got a big fuck off try, as I've decided to brand it. $1 6-8 with 6-8-9 with 1-4 6-8 9-10. That's a $20 play. And last but not least, my bailout play that comes in the last race, a $10 exacta, 8 with the 1-3-5. Guys, we did it. We only had one attack of internet of Arkansas internet for this entire thing. So like we're good. We're good to go. Look at this. Look at us. We made it.
Yes.
Kaylee, I know you've got all sorts of stuff going on for Man of War week or Peter Pan Stakes Day. What's going on in NYRA Bets?
NYRA Bets, obviously, yeah, Man of War, Peter Pan week this week. Very excited about that. Matthew already started with a ton of Preakness content going up on the NYRA Bets YouTube channel. We have obviously tons of great promotions taking place this weekend as well. So definitely check that out. Matthew and I just did a full preview of the Peter Pan on the YouTube channel yesterday. So that's up as well. So yeah, lots of content going on and very exciting week of racing this week at the Big I. So
absolutely. And
I love weeks like this so much.
I always feel like this is like the kickoff to like the summer racing season in New York. And make sure you follow Kaylee at Kaylie Shapiro 13. She's putting out great content, doing some great work with Matthew and on her own. Barry, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, get outside and do something. It's nice out for a change.
100% will not do that.
Wow, son.
Yeah. Do you think I get this porcelain tone going outside? No, sir.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why I said that. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking too pale. Thank you, Barry. All right, guys. That's it for today. Thank you to Kaylee for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with our most consequential show of the week. That's right. We have Friday singles. Not only do we single them, we put it on our mama.
Can I make my phone call? Do I have rights? Can I make my phone call?
Who you gonna call?
Huh?
Who you gonna call?
Your mama.
All right. That's going to do it for us, guys. We love you.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, you're always welcome.
Anytime.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. We will see you tomorrow bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. God's time with our Friday singles where we put it on our mamas. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.